Hello and welcome. My name is Andrew and I'm part of the marketing team over at SEO Ranking. And today I want to show you how you can create a project in SEO Ranking and how you can make use of all of the tools that we have that are linked to projects and that are standalone. So specifically during the webinar, you'll learn how to track your and your competitors' keyword rankings, how you can run an SEO audit of your entire site as well as of its separate individual pages. We're also going to go through backlinks and show you how you can check and assess any site's backlinks. Plus, we're gonna also stop and show you how to analyze competitor activity in organic and paid search. Before we move on to the actual presentation and show you the platform, I wanted to say a couple of words about SEO Ranking. So we were founded back in 2013. At the moment, we have more than 500,000 users from all over the world, more than 35 tools that were developed specifically to help SEOs, marketers, and business owners. Let's finally move on to the platform. So the logic is as follows. You first create a project and SEO Ranking by going over here, and then you will be able to access it and access all of these different tools that are related to projects. Here you have a lot of different graphs that show you a summary of all your projects, and here you have a table with detailed data on all of the projects that you have added to your account. All right, so let's start by creating a project. The first step is we need to fill out general information. So it's very simple here, straightforward. Just enter the website that you want to analyze and make sure to specify the domain type. Either you want to analyze the entire domain along with subdomains. Maybe you want to leave the subdomains out, or maybe you want to analyze a specific URL. Plus, you can also enter a YouTube video or channel URL here, and you'll be able to track your YouTube engagement data. Next, you also can give your project a good name so that it'll be easier for you to find it in the list of all the projects. You can also group them if you have projects related to a client or a responsible manager. Then the next step is selecting the search range depth, meaning how many search results the system will need to analyze for your specific website. If your site is rather new, then you probably have to go for 200 for the top 200 search results. And but if you've been around for a while, then the top 100 should suffice. Then we have the weekly report option and the website audit option. So if you leave these options toggled on, then you will get a report sent to your inbox that will show you all the information about your project regarding all aspects of your project. And as for the website audit, it will give you, as soon as we finish creating a project, the system will start analyzing our website, and we will get a report on it that we can use to further understand where we need to work on. All right, let's continue. The next step is adding the keywords to our project. So you can do this manually. You can import them from Google Analytics, from a CSV file, or from a CSV or XLS file, along with the rankings position history. But if you don't know what keywords you're ranking for, you have the option to make use of the suggest keywords feature here, and you can enter your own website, a keyword, or a competitor's website, select a different region if you want to expand your search, and you will get a list of a lot of different keywords along with their search volume that you can add to your project for tracking. Obviously, you need to filter this because we include a lot of different keywords here, and if you're working with a lot of keywords, and I mean like in the thousands region, then you can also group them by using this feature over here. If you don't want to group them, then you can just add them as a list, like so. All right, let's move on to the next step. We need to specify what search engines we want to track. So we have a couple of options of the search engines that we are available in SEO Ranking. We have Google, Google Mobile, Yandex Mobile, Yahoo, Bing, and as I mentioned before, YouTube. Next, you have to select the country or the region that you want to analyze. It's up to you. Then you have the an opportunity to specify the location down to the zip code and the city level. So just like you can either write a city, and it will show you which exact option you mean, or or you can enter a zip code, and it will give you a couple of options that you can make use of. And last step is selecting the Google interface language. So, for example, if you're targeting a country or a region that speaks different languages, like Belgium, Canada, or maybe a city that has a large Spanish-speaking population in a non-Spanish-speaking country, then you can also make use of this option here. And also make sure to toggle on these options if you want to keep track of your Google Ads campaigns. and if you want to include your Google Maps results along with your rankings. So make sure to toggle these options that are relevant for you. Click Add Search Engine. By the way, depending on your pricing plan, you can add up to 20, add up to 5 search engines here. Okay, and let's move on. The next step is adding the competitors. So basically the keywords that we added to our project, we can also select a couple of competitors and track their rankings for the same keywords we are tracking in our project. So once again, you can either do this manually or similar with the keyword section, you can make use of the suggest competitors option. Here, once again, you can not only include your website, but a competitors or a keyword. And then you have a list of all the websites that have common keywords with your websites. And it is up to you to select the ones that are most relevant to you. So also make sure to analyze that. And let's continue. Let's continue. I'm also gonna add another one manually, Amazon.com. All right, let's continue. All right. Also, depending on your pricing plan, you can add up to 20 competitors, or I think it's like 5, 10, 20 competitors, and keep track of their keyword rankings. All right, and the last step is adding Google services such as Google Analytics and Google Search Console. So right now we're going to skip the step, but you can easily connect these services later on. All right, let's continue, and we should be able to find our project, our newly created project, at the very bottom of our list. And the next step is accessing it and checking out the data that we have. Since we only just added this project, it's not going to have a lot of data to offer to us. So we're going to click on the very similar project, also on Apple, that we have created a while ago. So you have two options of accessing the rankings module. You can either click this icon over here, or you can find the project in your list of projects and click on rankings here. But let's go through the dashboard and access the rankings module like this. All right, so this module shows you everything there is about your keyword rankings. At the very top, you have the option to play around with the dates, select either a date range or separate specific dates and analyze them in the table. You also have the option to use quick filters to see your top 1, top 3, top 5 keywords, and that way you can see like the category, the keywords, did it go up or did it go down? So it gives you a quick opportunity to analyze your overall rankings. Then as I look down, we have a couple of graphs that show you summary information on your project's keywords, such as the average position for the specified dates, the traffic forecast, search visibility, SERP features, percentage in top, and selected keywords that show you information on specific keywords once you select them. And here we also have a preview that allows you to understand what has been happening with this graph for this specific month without actually having to access. Click on the full view. And also we have the option to add a couple of notes. So let me go back and select a different date that we have a note up for. Yeah, here we have a note. So let me just show you quickly that you can also add notes. You can create a note for a project or a keyword, enter a lot of different information along with any information that you want, any comment, add the URL, and decide where you want the note to be displayed. So just like that. And as we go back to our rankings module, we can see, once again, we have to select the dates because the note was up for June the 12th. So here we can see that on the 12th of June, we got a new awesome backlink from an awesome site, as an example, obviously. All right, so let's keep scrolling down and see what we have. So if you toggle the option to keep track of Google Ads rankings, you will have 2 tabs here. The first one with the leaf is organic keyword rankings, and the second one is paid keyword rankings. So you can easily just switch over to that to see what is your step, what is the situation there. Now we have the main information on our keywords, the rankings table. So here we have, besides the keyword, we have rankings for our website for the specified dates. We have a couple of columns here that you can switch on and off if you want, depending on the information that you want to look at. I want to right now look at the search volume. Let me just gently scroll this. All right. I want to stop at the search volume and the SERP features. By the way, we have tooltips that you can find next to each column to give you an opportunity to understand how we calculate it and what it is all about. So the search volume is the primary metric that specialists look to understand how popular a keyword is. So the search volume defines how many times a month this keyword is entered into search by real users. The next, and the data that we have here is taken from Google Keyword Planner. As for SERP features, SE Ranking shows you all of the SERP features, Google SERP features that exist for all of the keywords tracked in your project. And if your website is featured for any one of them, the SERP feature will be highlighted in blue. So this gives you an opportunity to understand what your options are, or what possibilities there are, and maybe you can do a little optimization work to get featured for one of these SERP features. All right, by clicking on a keyword, we can see what its ranking dynamics were for the current period, which is the selected dates that we use in the calendar. We can also use the last week, month, and so on, grouped by days, weeks, and months. So this gives you a convenient way to see the ranking dynamics of individual keywords. Now, besides knowing what ranking position a keyword has, it's also important to know what page is being displayed in search for each of your keywords. For this, we have the target URL. So you have the option to select one or several keywords and add a target URL that will tell the system that you want a specific web page to be displayed for when these keywords are entered into search. So let's click on the target URL option. Here we have already a URL in place that we can expand onto another keyword. We also have an option to select a page, a URL from the list. And if we leave it like this, then the system will let us know if if the right page is being displayed in search or not. But if we use this option, check rankings only for the target URL, then the system will only let us know what the ranking position is for a keyword if the right page, the target URL, is displayed in search for that keyword. Let's leave it as is right now. And let's see what will happen if the wrong keyword, if the wrong page is displayed for a keyword that has a target URL. So in such situations, you will have the red target URL icon, and also the ranking positions will also be highlighted in red. By clicking on this, we will see which exact page was actually ranking on this specific date for our keyword. And this gives you an opportunity to know what you can optimize and work on further. Sometimes you will see situations where you have a little red number next to the target URL icon. This means that a couple of web pages were competing for the same keyword, something known as keyword cannibalization. So this means that search engines don't understand which page should be featured, should be displayed for your keyword. So this gives you an opportunity to either remove a page, de-optimize one of them, or maybe you can create a different keyword or optimize the page for a different user intent and still use it later on. All right. So that's it for the target URL. Let's look at our ranking positions that are, if everything is working properly, what the ranking positions will be displayed. So for the keyword Airbnb, let's see what page is displayed for the 12th of June. So as we can see on the 12th of June, this specific URL was ranking for the keyword Airbnb. And we can also see the cached copy here to make sure that the results were in fact accurate. So this acts as proof of data. Plus, this gives you an additional opportunity to see who you're going up against in the SERP. And you can also show it to your clients if for some reason you need to prove what the situation was. All right. And also here we have the opportunity to look at the live results and go over to the SERP competitors, which we already checked out. All right. Also, we have a couple of filters here that you can make use of, and you have the opportunity to switch to a different viewing mode. So besides viewing keywords by list, you can also look at keyword groups. You can look at groups by tags. Oh yeah, let me also show you by tags what that means. And you also have the option to switch to group by URL mode. So as I showed you during project creation, you can create keyword groups. And besides creating keyword groups, you can also create tags. So here you can see you have the option to create a group once again if you didn't do that during project creation, and you have the opportunity to add a tag. So this gives you an additional way of filtering keywords. Perhaps maybe you have keyword groups that have a lot of keywords in them and you want to filter them and have a different way of sort of grouping them within groups. Also, tags are useful if you have keywords that are successful in different search engines and maybe you want to tag them. Just to stay on top of this information, or perhaps maybe a client of yours made it explicitly clear that they want a specific keyword to rank rank really high. So there's a lot of different options to play around with keywords and filter them and group them and so on. All right, let's go back to the top. You have the option to export data here in an XLS file along with the ranking changes or without them, or a CSV file. All right. Here we also have a couple of things at the very top that I want to show you guys. It's the recheck data. So we don't recheck the search volume by default. So we will ask you to do this yourself whenever you need it, or once a month. So just go over to the to recheck rankings on demand. You can click on this option over here. Click recheck all. Click recheck Google USA if you have a couple of search engines. Maybe you want to select a couple of keywords and recheck only their rankings, and you can do the same for the search volume. All right. Besides looking at keyword rankings in detail, you have the opportunity to look at keyword rankings in the overall view, which gives you an opportunity to look at your keyword rankings across all of your tracked search engines. So right now we only have one on this project, but if you go to if you have a couple of them, you will be able to see that data on a single screen. And for historical data, it shows you all the keyword rankings data for your project, starting from the baseline, as in the date when the project was first created in SE ranking. All right. I hope you guys are with me right now. Everything is pretty clear. If not, just let Alex know, and we'll try to get everything covered anyway. All right, we're gonna move on to the next module of our project tools. I didn't actually connect Apple's analytics and traffic as in Google services. So for this reason, we're gonna go to a different project to look at the analytics and traffic section, but we're gonna go back to Apple for the next sections. So as I showed you during project creation, you can add Google services to your account and see their data right from your SE ranking account without having to switch back and forth between tabs to see important project data. On the overview page, you have a summary of your information on your audiences, on your traffic sources. By clicking over to the traffic sub-tab here, you get an opportunity to get more detailed information on your traffic, and you can see which keywords are successful at driving traffic to your site and which ones serve sort of a different purpose and are not very successful and need additional work. Plus, you can also group your traffic by different sources to analyze this information closer. You also have the opportunity to see what your snippets look like, as in the way your pages are displayed on Google. So you add the snippet as the URL, the title of the page, and the description. So you are free to select a different search engine, play around with the dates to see if the dynamics of the snippets changed in any way. So this gives you an opportunity to analyze that as well. Under Google Search Console data, given the fact that you've connected, of course, Google Search Console, you have the opportunity to get additional information on all of your keywords. And if you notice something like this, that the position is not tracked, that means that this keyword is not tracked in your project. So what you can just do is click on it, click on the other ones, and add them to your project just like that in a single, basically, click. All right, so that was it for Google Analytics, for Analytics and Traffic module and SE ranking. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is my competitors. So obviously you don't exist in a vacuum on search engines, and whatever you do and whatever your competitors do impacts each other. So it impacts all parties. So for this purpose, we have the My Competitors module that allows you to keep track of in closer detail of all your competitors' activities and their performance in search. So here you have graphs that allow you to get a better understanding of your standings in comparison with your competitors. You have the option to add a competitor right here on the spot. You can also remove a competitor just as easily here if you change your mind, or if that competitor is not actually your direct competitor. And you have some information here that just gives you an overview of your competitors. So let's click on a competitor to see what information we see once we start moving into a closer analysis. Here once again we have the charts, the different graphs that allow you to give us an understanding of this this competitor. Here we have once again all the same information that we have under rankings, but for our competitors. But at the very end, we can see how our main project, as in the website that we added to our project, Apple, how it compares to one of the main competitors that we have found here. So we can see their rankings. I just only added this competitor specifically yesterday. Yeah, let me just switch that. I just added this specific competitor only yesterday, so we see their information for today and yesterday. So basically, it just gives you an opportunity to analyze your competitor in closer detail. And if you see that they have higher positions than you, then you have to look at this keyword and analyze it and see what you can do better. So obviously, a lot of analytical work needs to take place across most of the sections here. The next part of the My Competitors module that I want to guys show you is the SERP Competitors tool. It is actually very cool. It is sort of a time machine that allows you to go back in time all the way back to the baseline, so the date when you first created a project and added all your keywords. And what you can do here is select a keyword either manually or from a list. Select the dates from the calendar that you want to analyze, the search engine, and here we have the data already in place for the keyword Apple AirPods. So let me just show you what we can do with this data. So let's find our website here. We obviously Apple is going to be ranking at the top for a branded keyword such as Apple AirPods. But let's look at a different competitor. For example, if we click on Costco, then we can see that they've been going up and down in rankings, and there's sort of something happening with them. Maybe they are improving their SEO and tech standings, maybe optimizing content. This gives you an opportunity to understand the dynamics. So if you see, like, Apple is obviously going to be in fixed first place position, but this gives you an opportunity to analyze who you're going up against. Plus, you can tag them. You can tag all the different results for an easier analysis. So as you can see, we have already marked Amazon as a competitor, Best Buy as a competitor, because they are obviously resellers and competitors. We have a couple information sites, so you can just easily find a website that matters to you for any reason. Just click Add Tag. Make sure to apply the tag to the entire domain or the selected URL. Then just scroll down. You can use an existing tag, or you can add a new one. I'm going to call it a sample. Change the color. Let's say black, and create tag. And you see it appeared right here. So another thing that you can do here is click on this Show Metrics icon, and it will expand this list and show you additional information like domain trust, Alexa rank, and total number of referring domains. This gives you an additional opportunity to analyze the competitor and see if it's an authoritative site, how quality it is, and sort of make conclusions from this data. All right, the next last section of the My Competitors module is the visibility rating. So this module shows us all of the websites that rank among the top 10 search results for all of the keywords that are tracked in your project. And they are organized here, sorted by visibility. with 100 being the optimal, is the best case scenario. You can, by the way, the tags that we added under my under SERP competitors are also visible here. So you can also just use this information to make the analysis process quicker. So what is the visibility rating? It shows you what percentage of people who enter a specific keyword that you are tracking into search. What are the chances that your website will be displayed in search? So this also gives you an opportunity to analyze your performance and compare that with your competitors. Maybe find additional competitors. Also see their Alexa rank, referring domains, backlinks. Gives you additional opportunity to understand if this is in fact a strong competitor. All right, as always, you have filters, columns, and the opportunity to export data basically in every part of the platform. And also this minimize button here gives you an opportunity to just look at a lot more data on a single screen without having to remove certain columns or squint your eyes and so on. All right, so let's move on to the next part of the project tools. It is the marketing plan. So the marketing plan is basically a step-by-step guide that will help you optimize your, well, not only optimize, but get your site prepared, optimized, and keep it running in search so that it is able to get to the top of the search results. So we have 49 different steps here that are broken down into categories such as keyword research, on-site optimization, mobile optimization, content strategy, off-site optimization, social media strategy, and you have the opportunity to add your own tasks if you feel that this list won't do. And if you start going through the list, you can see what exactly needs to be done. You can click on the how-to button to get additional information along with links to useful articles that will help you find out exactly what you need to do. And just whenever you're finished with a step, just click on it, and you will see that the overall completion progress has changed, has updated. So this is very useful if you don't know where you're starting. Like if you don't know a lot about marketing or SEO, this is an excellent opportunity just to help you out, so that you don't need to wonder what to do next. Besides the step-by-step to-do list, we have a business listings section here that allows you to select your region specifically that has catalogs, directories, and business listings from these regions. But if you don't find your region, just go to the general, select the general region, and make sure to add your website and your company to all of these different listings. And just by clicking here, you'll get transferred to that website where you can just start reaching out to them and submitting your information to expand your brand awareness and get more traffic from all of these popular business listings. All right. I hope everyone is still with me. All right. I just want to take a small break to give you guys an opportunity to soak it in, because I realize that it's a lot of information and I'm just trying to cram it all into 1 hour. But I just hope you guys are getting all of this. Because during rehearsals, it took me almost 1 hour and a half the first time I did it. But I'm going to keep it under an hour, I promise. All right, let's move on to the next section, which is the website audit tool. It basically analyzes your entire site and checks its setup in terms of technical and SEO, and points out everything that is wrong with your site that could prevent it from getting top search positions. And maybe it can help you make people stick around on your site more. So the benefits of the website audit tool is that it can scan around 1,000 pages in 2 minutes, depending on the number of links found on all these pages. We analyze the entire website against 120 different parameters and metrics that I'll show you a bit later on. Plus, you have the opportunity not to only get a general analysis of your entire website, but you can scroll to you can dive into the analysis of each individual pages to see what is wrong with your pages. Okay, let's start looking at what we have here. So you have a lot of different information on your website, including all the total number of crawled pages, total number of URLs found, plus you have a comparison of the previous website audit that we ran in the past. You have the also the overall health score that is based on all the 120 checks that we added to the system. So obviously, Apple needs to do some work here. Not even some, but a lot of work here. The next important, very interesting thing that we have here is the core web vitals that we recently added. This is Google's set of metrics that look at how optimized the site is in terms of user experience. So you have different different aspects of the page here, such as largest contentful. One sec. You have the largest contentful paint, which measures the loading performance of the page. You have the first input delay that measures page and content interactivity. And also you have the cumulative layout shift that shows and measures visual stability of the page. As we scroll down, we have a list of the top issues that are categorized based on their importance, how critical this error is, plus how many of this how many times this error was spotted on your entire website. Then you have the distribution of categories of each issue is broken down by category to give you an opportunity to see how many of your pages are struggling with it. Then you have the block that includes domain metrics, is giving you an overview of the of your website. You have also a breakdown of page indexation, HTTP status codes, and other additional information. Plus, you have the opportunity here to generate a sitemap in case you don't have one, or maybe you want to update your list of pages that you want to submit to search engines such as Google, and let them know what pages you want them to look at when crawling your website. Plus, you have the opportunity to send your report and download it, and then send it separately, or just show it to your colleagues, clients, or senior management. If you want to get additional information on everything that is wrong with your website's pages, you can either click on the View All button over here, or go to the menu on the left-hand side and click the Issue Report. I'm going to click on the View All button over here, and we should see all of the different 120 categories that we check. That are broken down into 16 groups, such as website security, title, description, usability, speed, internal links, mobile optimization, general overall performance, and so on. As you can see here, each category and all the checks that are included in it. And if you see something is wrong with not a green check mark, then you can click on it to get the exact description of the issue and find out how you can fix it. Plus, you can click on this button over here and see what specific pages have this issue. So this gives you an opportunity to analyze it. Plus, you can also go and see a comparison, and not only that, but you can also use quick filters to see all the different problems that you have and group them by errors, warnings, notices, and past checks. Plus, you have the opportunity to export all of the data to your device and analyze it further at your own pace, wherever it is more convenient for you. Let's move on to the next part of the website audit tool. It is the list of all crawled pages. So once again, you have the quick filters here that allow you just to see a breakdown of errors. And all of the pages that we have here are analyzed against about 50 SEO parameters, including the status code, whether it's blocked by the robot's txt file, description length, are there any duplicates, if it's a no follow or do follow page, what links there are, total number of external and internal links. So this gives you an opportunity to analyze a lot of data specifically on your pages. Plus, you can actually see which pages have like the breakdown of the issues by each page. Moving on to the found resources, you can analyze all of the JavaScript files, CSS, and image files on your website, and also find out what their type is, their status code, size, and loading time. As for the found links, here you have your internal and external links that are broken down into categories to make it easier for you. Plus you have their status code, their type, canonical, hreflang, and so on. You have the anchor text, anchor type. If it's an image link, then you'll see the alt text attribute here, and you can find out if the link is a do follow or no follow link. If you have performed more than one website audit, you have the opportunity to analyze the results and compare them to each other right here in the tool. So just select a couple of dates for analysis, and the tool will show you what has changed, if something improved or got worse. So this is an excellent way of just showing the progress to senior management or clients. Okay. Now let me show you the settings of the website audit tool, which are fully customizable to you. You can decide how often you want the tool to scan your website and crawl it. So you have the option to do it weekly, and you can select the date. You can do it monthly, also select the date, or you can do it manually whenever you feel like it. Well, whenever it's important. Plus, you can specify who will get to which inbox the report will be sent. Next, you can decide the sources of pages that will be crawled during the audit. So you can either enable the tool to scan all your site's pages. Maybe you want to add include subdomains in the crawl. Maybe you want the tool just to look at your XML sitemap and analyze the pages listed there. Or maybe you have another list that you want us to add in a TXT or CSV file, so you can easily just do that. And also you have the opportunity to change change what is considered to be an issue. So the checks that we run in our website audit tool are based on best practices and recommendations from search engines, including Google, obviously. And these are best practices that we just use based on their suggestions. But perhaps you know something that we don't, or maybe you feel confident that something is not an issue, and you can change it here, and the tool will no longer consider this to be an issue. All right, let's move on to one of the last tools that you can find under project tools. It is the backlink monitor. I'll change the project where we have the information already set up. It's going to be our own project. So backlinks are obtaining backlinks is a process that takes up a lot of time, effort, and sometimes money. And it's a shame to just once you've obtained a backlink, it's just a shame to forget about it and just hope for the best. The smart thing to do here is keep track of all your valuable backlinks and find out if they're still in place, if their status has changed, or perhaps maybe the website that is hosting them has gotten worse in terms of authority, and maybe you want to remove it. So this, with the help of the backlink monitor tool, you can keep track of all of your backlinks and get notified if anything changes on them. So you have the opportunity to analyze get a lot of different information on your backlinks, such as their status, whether or not they have been indexed, their anchor, type. Alexa and Domain Trust give you additional opportunity to understand the website that is hosting your backlinks. So maybe 38, maybe you want to find a website that is better than 38. So it's up to you just to analyze all this data. Plus, at the very bottom, you have the opportunity to add additional information on your own. Maybe you want to have a note specifying some additional specific information, like a follow-up, or maybe what is required, what next step needs to be taken with that backlink. You can add this information here. Maybe you want to add a specific manager, specify who's responsible for that backlink, and so on. Plus, you have different breakdowns of data here by domains, anchors, pages, IPs, subnets, and let me show you the disavow. So if you find that if you see that a backlink is no longer found, let me see if we have any like that right now. So we have a lot of backlinks that were not found. So this gives us an opportunity to mark them and add them to the disavow list because we may feel that this link is dragging our entire site down, or maybe its quality is you don't necessarily need to remove not links that were not found. You can also remove just links of poor quality. So it's up to you. Just check mark the links that you feel should be disavowed, and disavow either the entire domain or the URL, and then you can go to the top, click on disavow, or you can once again use the menu on the left hand side, and you have a list of all the backlinks that you can then export and submit to Google. All right. Besides analyzing your own backlinks, you have the opportunity to find out what the backlink profile is of any competitor and even your website or a client's website. So by going to the top, one of our standalone tools, Backlink Checker, we can enter any website at the top. Let me just add an example. Let's go for adidas.com. And once we click search, we will see the total number of backlinks and domains that the tool has already found, like in a second, before it is ready to start pulling data for the full report. So I'm not going to click on get the full report because that's going to take a while. I'm just going to scroll down and click on one of the reports that we have created beforehand. So here you have detailed information on all of the analyzed sites' backlinks and referring domains. And if we go to backlinks here, I just want to show you the most convenient part that what you can do here is you can just find a backlink that maybe you want to target, that you want to monitor. Sorry, you can just select them and add them to the backlink monitor tool in a single click, basically. So this is something very convenient. Besides adding links to the backlink monitor tool like this, you can also do it directly from the tool. Or let me just quickly go back and show you what else you can how you can add links to the backlink monitor tool. So you can take advantage of your connection to Google Search Console, and all the keywords that are tracked there will automatically be added to the backlink monitor tool, and you don't have to go back and forth and keep adding them. You can just know and be confident that they are all here. But if this is a competitor link or a client's link, and you, for some reason, client's project, and for some reason you don't have access to their Google Search Console data, you can add backlinks manually here by pulling data from the Backlink Checker tool. All right, now let's go back to the final project tool that we have is the social media tool. So here you have the opportunity to connect Facebook and Twitter and see all of your data on your pages, groups, and interactions and engagement on these social media networks right from your SEO ranking account. Plus, you have the auto posting feature that allows you to set up scheduled posts without having to go to Twitter or Facebook. You can just do everything once again from SEO ranking. So you have Google and social media that is available right here. Okay, so we already looked at all the tools that are related to specific projects, and I also want to show you guys. We have we're running good on time. We have the opportunity to show you a couple of standalone tools. I'm going to start off with competitive research. So this gives you an opportunity to analyze any website's organic and paid search activities. So once again, you have the opportunity to select the entire domain with or without subdomains or the URL. Select a different region. We're going to stick with Google and US for the time being. And let's just analyze Apple once again and see what data we get. Yeah, at the very top, you can see a summary of organic and paid data from all the different countries where this website is active, and you have the opportunity to look at a lot more information. You have summary data on organic and paid traffic, including keywords. You have a couple of graphs here that show you a summary of everything. Let's scroll down to the organic keywords. You have all the list of all the keywords that were found, the distribution of organic keyword rankings. You also have the organic competitor semantics comparison. And before we go down to the all paid metrics, let's stop and look at organic keywords. So if you notice that we have the view detailed report button, that allows you to just jump into a relevant section, which we are going to do right here. So we have the opportunity to analyze all the keywords. Let me remove one of them so that we can see everything on one screen. So here we have summary data once again, and you have the breakdown of all the keywords, and you can see how successful each keyword is for the analyzed website in the United States in terms of traffic. So you can see that almost 33% of traffic for this website gets from the keyword YouTube sorry. And yeah, and basically you can analyze all the data here to understand what is happening in organic search with this specific website. And obviously, this is something that you need to do on your competitors a lot more. And we also added a new feature that allows you to go back to February 2020, and you can just select a month from the past and just look at data from that specific month. So this is something very useful. It allows you to analyze a lot of information and see how sorry, let me just take a water break. So it allows you to analyze what was going on maybe a year ago with a competitor and what they did, and you can just move up month by month to see what has changed. Now let's go look at different ways we can interact with our organic traffic data. We have the ranking changes that allows you to see what has changed with rankings for the specific website. You have the opportunity to look at all organic competitors. So it analyzes all the keywords that Apple targets in search, and it finds all the other websites that also target the same keywords in search as our analyzed website. So besides the website itself here, you can see its domain trust, traffic, and total number of keywords, and you have the opportunity to click on one of them. Let's click on, for example, Facebook, and let's click on not just the name of the website, but the keywords total. Okay, so, sorry, I selected something from the past. Let's select a more modern, the current month. So here we have a bit, we can see a bit more information here. We have a list of common keywords, missing keywords, and we can just click on one of them, one of these metrics values here, and we will be taken to another different part of this tool, the competitor comparison section, that allows us to also enter a third domain, and it will see allow us to analyze everything in terms of keywords for these two sites, but three in theory. And the best part here is that you can sort keywords by common keywords, missing keywords, the ones that your site isn't targeting, and unique keywords that each site is targeting. So this gives you an opportunity to further expand your keyword list. Now let's go back to the overview page, and let me show you the summary data that we have on paid traffic. So we have paid keywords, distribution of paid keyword rankings, paid competitors, there's semantics comparison, top pages, and most popular keyword ads, which I'm going to show you by going over to the paid keywords view detailed report. I was just redirected to this section over here. And as we scroll down, we see the keywords, their rankings in paid search, and we see what ad copy was used and what its position is in the paid campaign. Okay, besides analyzing the domain, you can also analyze a keyword. You can either click on the keyword research tool right here and enter keywords similarly as you would with the competitive research first step, or you can click on any keyword right here from the list, which I'm going to do. So as you can see, we were redirected to the keyword research tool, and it already is showing us information for Apple for this specific region. So everything it matches, and it shows us summary data on our keyword, including its difficulty, how difficult it is to rank for this keyword, its search volume for this specific region, plus you have the dynamics, ranking dynamics. You have the CPC cost, cost per click. As you scroll down, you have a list of top organic results, websites, and top advertisers for the keyword Apple. So it's obviously not just a brand. In this case, it could be a fruit, but the main results are still the company. And the last thing I want to show you here for the keyword research tool is keyword suggestions. So you can just click on view detailed report and get a list of a lot of different suggestions along with different information, important information that will help you analyze each keyword, which you can further use to expand your site's keyword list. All right. We have just 2 more tools. We're almost done, guys. This is really good. I think we're gonna have time for a short Q&A. So one of the last tools I want to show you is the on-page SEO checker. It is similar to the website audit tool. It is similar to the website audit tool. It's no longer here in the list, but it's similar to the website audit tool. But it gives you a more specific information regarding a specific web page, because sometimes you need to know how well a specific web page is optimized for a target keyword, because a lot of SEO is built on that. So using the on-page SEO checker tool, you can add a new page, enter the URL here, and add the target keyword that you want us to check how well the page is optimized for. I'm not going to add this right now, but once again, just show you. I'm going to show you a ready report. So it's going to be a bit similar to the website audit tool, as in it has a lot of different categories that are and everything is broken down by categories. It has a summary of errors, warnings, past checks. You have the detailed information on everything that is going on with your site. Obviously, you want to stop on things that are problematic, like see there's a warning that you need to add the keyword to the title tag. The keyword is not featured in the meta description tag, and so on. So this gives you an opportunity to optimize individual pages that you feel must perform really well. And let's move on to the very last tool, the report builder. So in cases when you need to tell people, show your work to either your teammates, your senior management, or your clients, you have the opportunity to create manual and scheduled reports. Manual reports need to be downloaded, and then you can send them through your own email service to whoever needs it. But for scheduled reports, you can specify the email address immediately as you are creating the report, and the report will automatically go out to the specified email address once the set frequency is triggered. Let me show you how to set up a report. So just click generate report, generate a report, select a website. I'm going to stick with Apple. You can change the name if you want to. Let's click create. You have the option to customize the layout, change the template, remove every section here, add a different section that is more that you are interested in. You can add additional information here, customize using these options here. And for the most important things, so you can select the date range for the entire report. Maybe you want the report to go out once a month, and you can tell the tool to analyze data for the entire month, or you can just do it bi-weekly. Last 2 weeks. Anyway, so the obvious choices. You have the option to change the format of the file from PDF to XLS or HTML. Decide how to send it, as I said, who to send it to, and you can just click on the sections here, and they will just be added to the tool, just like that. And once you click save, all the data will be uploaded properly, because right now this is still the setup of the report. But once the report is ready, there will be a lot more data on each of these sections. Even the small section that you can see on the screen is going to be expanded onto a couple of pages. So you have the option to fully customize your reports. And once you feel like you've included everything, click save, and the report will go out. All right. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, continue. Let me go back to the main screen, guys. So that is it for the tools, main ranking tools and project creation. We have, besides this specific webinar, we have a lot of information on our YouTube channel, how-to videos, other different webinars with interesting experts. So make sure to check that out and subscribe to our channel. Plus, we have a self-help center that allows you to just go through everything at your own pace. Maybe you're more of a reader and you want to look at everything there. Anyway, we have a lot of information. And if that is not enough, you can always reach out to our support team via live chat and we'll just help you out. Thanks for joining me and stay safe. Until next time, guys.